Yeah. Hi, VP Via.
Hello.
So how are you tonight, Beeps?
Actually, kumain na ako, pero gutom pa rin ako. Ang honest ng kumusta. Ikaw ba, Vic? Kamusta ka
Ako
na?
hindi pa ako kumakain. So pinaparinig ko kay Presne. Baka nagtidinan.
Kumain na kayo habang ginagawa natin to, ah.
Yes, and I know na marami tayong matututunan, especially we do mga projects, no? We have a lot of projects for this year, for the 2022 BOD. Tama ba, VP Via?
Yes, ang dami nating projects. Yeah, yung mga BBJC dyan, mag-join kayo, masaya actually. Very fulfilling yung mga projects hindi. Sa totoo lang.
Correct. Oh, well, before we start, we would like to ask muna yung mga attendees natin tonight if meron ba sa kanila na nakagawa na ng project. So, pwedeng nung project mo ng college ka, project mo sa work mo, or within JCI. So, gusto natin magtawag tonight.
Voluntold yan, voluntold. Can change background using cellphone. Okay lang siguro. Okay lang ba sa'yo na walang background? Okay lang siguro naman, no?
Okay lang
Oo,
naman.
okay lang naman. So, sige, voluntold na lang siguro, VP Cristel.
Sige, so dahil ang ating BBJC, Erica, ang nag-message sa chat. So, BBJC Erica, meron ka bang nagawang project? Pwedeng within or outside JCI or sa work mo? And then, ano yung experience mo sa paggawa ng project?
Okay. Actually po, kung sa project, siguro sa co-op namin, last Saturday, bali ako yung naging TWG, the working group, para sa naging General Assembly namin. So ako yung ayos para sa mga prizes and raffles, mga donations ng mga officers ng municipality namin, to add on na lang sa mga magiging prizes ng bawat members ng aming co-op. And then, mga trainings and seminars. Parang sa inyo din po, mga to add and be educated, especially this pandemic. So para ma-boost yung confidence ng bawat isa, even though we are suffering for the long period of time in pandemic COVID. So yun po yung nag-aano kami ng mga livelihood program na pwede nilang gawin while nasa bahay sila, na less budget, kahit low budget sila, pwede nilang gawin, like yung mga planting trees or fundraising, mga ganun po, or making doormat or what you call this, spot holder, mga ganun po. Yun po yung mga naging project kasi namin ngayon. And then by this coming next month, April, so mag-start na ulit kaming mag-boost ng another project relating to mushroom productions. And then kung kaya din naming i-boost yung pagkakaroon ng what you call this, yung pagkain, mobile sari-sari store or mobile yung mga kung pwedeng cater ni co-op na mabigyan sila ng hulugang stall pero nakakaikot sa community. Yun po yung prospect pa lang namin. So sana mag-go siya. And then with the help of JCI, baga mas naano ba yung yung knowledge ko. And then confidence sa sarili ko na kung ano yung natututunan ko kay JCI is pwede kong itulong sa ibang tao. So yun po. Thank you.
Vips, siguro I want to rin sana magdagdag ako doon sa sinabi niya actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Nakakatuwa kasi tawag nito yung mga sinabi niya, sabi mo sana may matulong din kami sa iyo, but I think pwede ka rin makatulong sa atin. I mean,
Yes
di ba?
po. Vice
Kasi,
versa, yes.
yes, oo. So, nakakatuwa kasi doon sa sinabi mo kanina, it's about livelihood. And we also have this program sa Pasay. So, pwede tayong mag-partner if you want so that we can
Yes.
also, promote din yung co-op na sinasabi nyo. And then, siguro magdi-discuss siguro kami sa'yo or mag-meet na lang tayo after siguro, no? Pero na salamat kasi you shared those ideas din. And then, we're glad na sana makatulong pa kami sa'yo.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you po. Thank you.
Thank you po, Baby JC and Press Joy. What I really see with JCI that differs from other like organizations is hindi lang kayo basta-basta pinapagawa ng projects. Tinetrain talaga kayo how to do these projects properly and how to do it with the best plan, best organization, best management. So, meron pa bang gusto mag-share or should we continue already? I guess continue na tayo para maka-start ng speaker natin. But before that, I would like to call on our VP for Motivate, VP Cristal Nagar, for her opening remarks.
Okay. So back to me. Okay, so first we would like to acknowledge muna the presence of our 2022 BOD. So pinangungunahan of course our President Pres Joy Medina, and then of course BP Via, and then we have DP Christine Baisa, and then we have also our Secretary Nanaline Bontoyan, and then our directors Maya, and then Direct K. So, and of course, most especially this training din talaga is a training ground for our baby JCs. Baby JC Erica, baby JC Roxanne, and baby JC Luz. So hopefully, of course, we're not doing this just for us na BOD because we're doing naman na the projects eh. We're also molding you, mga baby JCs, in the future as a leader as well. Once na kayo na yung mag-step in as board of directors of our club. So hopefully matuto tayo for today because the project naman hindi siya yung kapag nakaisip tayo ng project, yun na gagawin and implement agad. So project, it takes a lot of process bago siya maging successful. So it starts with planning, brainstorming, and then mga execution, and then the implementation, and then after that, meron pa yon, hindi pa natatapos doon. Like, we have to do evaluation pa. So, whether if the project is successful or not. Diba? So, yes, Press, Joy, meron ka magsasabihin?
Sorry, nakabukas pala, na-unmute ko. I'm sorry, kumakain na ako, sorry.
Okay, so yan, so hopefully ma-apply nyo yung matututunan natin today sa JCI journey nyo or outside JCI journey. So mapa-work man yan or to your own organization. So like yung sinabi ni Baby JC Erica, yung co-op, so sana ma-apply din nyo yon in the future. So yun lang, and I would like to give back the floor to BP Via to introduce our speaker for tonight.
Okay. Sorry. Thank you very much, VP Cristal, for your opening remarks. And now we can proceed to our speaker for tonight. Here's a bit of background on our speaker for tonight. She is a certified public accountant, and she is an audit officer of BDO Univac. In terms of her JCI career, she was the 2020 LO Secretary and the 2021 Director for Collaborate. She is Direct Daisy Charlene Limbaroc. Direct Daisy, please take the floor.
Hello, good evening. So good evening to everyone. Press Joy, the 2022 BOD, and our baby JCs, Erica, Luz, and Roxanne. So I hope kumain na kayo, nag-dinner na kayo. But if not, pwede kayo kumain. Just make sure to engage with us through the chat box or reactions. and also in our activities. So before we proceed with the course proper, I have a quick exercise for you. Let me just share my screen. So kindly go to www.menti.com and enter the code below 18117425. Okay. So yan. So before we begin, I would just like to ask you if what do you think is the definition of a project? So you can type in a word or a phrase that comes into your mind. So not necessarily the definition, one sentence. So anything that comes into your mind when you hear the word project.
Sorry,
Direct, pwede po pa ulit.
yung, yeah. And also yung share screen mo direct ano siya, sa trainer's guide.
Ay, sorry. Iba pala. Okay, kita na ba yung screen?
Yes
Yes
po.
po.
Yes.
So just go to www.menti.com and enter the code to answer the first question. So anything that comes into your mind when you hear the word project, anything that you can associate with it, a word or a phrase will do.
Ano po ulit code?
Nasa chat box po yung code.
Okay, so we are seeing an answer here. So you can type as many answers as you can, as you want. Service, impact, event. So it's a collective set of actions. So anything else? Project is planning. Future goals. Okay, activity. Yan, dami ng answers. Okay, so next question. So later, we'll see kung yung mga sinabi ba nating mga words ay close to the definition per the official course ng JCI Project Management. So next question. Why do we need projects? To achieve a certain goal. Okay, that's good. To solve a problem. To reach goals and plans for future. Okay, two more. To enhance our society, to change community for the better, and to improve a situation. Okay, thank you very much for participating. So next we'll proceed with the course materials. So, okay, so we have a course, the title is Project Management, Planning, Executing, and Evaluating Projects Using the JCI Active Citizen Framework. So, like yung sinabi kanina nila,
Direct.
Yes po.
Sorry, yung share screen mo, yan pa din? O may iba kang share screen? Cimenti.com pa din? Or may iba kang share screen?
Yun pa din, press. Yung Menti pa din.
Ayan pa din. Menti pa din yung naka-appear. Ayan, okay. Yun, lumabas na kanina yung yung project management.
Okay na.
Yan. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So yan, sige. Take two. So our course for today is project management. So same with yung sinabi kanina ni VP Cristel, VP Via, and sharing din ni Press Joy and VJ America. Our course today is designed for JCI members to expand their capabilities to make or execute successful projects. So yung course na to, it's magagamit natin not only in JCI but also in our other organizations and also on our personal task. So, in this course, we will learn how to define project management, name and define a project, set goals, plan a project, execute a project, identify and develop partnerships, and evaluate project success. So after this course, we will be able to create a project statement, define project objectives, plan action steps, identify and target partners, and evaluate project success. So kanina, you mentioned your own definitions of a project and then what comes into your mind. So we had varied answers. So this one is the definition per JCI Impact course. A project is the result of an intervention or action to change the current situation to an ideal future situation with a specific start and finish date and allocation of resources. And then why do we need projects? So in addition, dun sa mga sinabi niyo, all those answers are correct. And in addition, projects are needed to clarify objectives, define activities, leverage and distribute resources, delegate responsibility, communicate actions, and create an impact. So based on that definition, we can now define what is a project management. So it is actually the process and activity of planning, organizing, motivating, and controlling resources, procedures, and protocols to achieve specific goals. So we need project management in order to deliver maximum impact, optimize resource usage, avoid improvisation or scope creep, focus project team on the solution, achieve our goals, and communicate progress, risk, and changes. So before we start the project, kailangan nating we need to manage a project in order to achieve these goals. But JCI has another definition of project management. So it is the process of discovering a community need through needs analysis, developing a project plan to address the need, engaging partners, and controlling resources to achieve sustainable impact. So my question doon sa mga more than 1 year dito sa JCI, for example, sila VP Via. So the definition of JCI, project management in JCI, and anything you can share about it.
Ano po ulit? Sorry, hindi ko po narinig kasi may tricycle po sa inyo.
Ay, sa inyo pala yun. Okay, do you agree with this definition ng project management in JCI, and anything that you can share or keywords that struck you most or based on your experience?
I would definitely agree with this this definition kasi what I really see from all the projects that we've been making, we really go through this parang
may needs analysis talaga in a way na we never put a project that is just for fun, that is just from like an idea. It's always coming from a problem. It's always coming from something we want to solve. And like um yun nga, developing a project plan to address the need, engaging partners and controlling resources. So from that palang nakikita ko since I'm VP for collab, nakikita lagi namin naisip um not only how can we as JCI Perlas Pasay help by making this project, how can our partners, how can our sister chapters help us as well? Because we have the privilege to be partnered with them. We have the privilege to have communication with other people who want to help. So, nakatuwa lang po talaga na this um having a need to do something. The thing about it in JCI, it's like you have the opportunity to look at the problems and look at how you can solve this. So I'm really glad for this course in po kasi parang hindi ko rin ata siya netik kahit tumutulong rin ako sa mga projects na yun. I know that I can learn a lot from this and I definitely agree with this definition of project management in JCI.
So yun, that's very right. Thank you for your sharing, VP Bia. So yun, ito yung needs analysis. Before we begin a project, we must ensure that our project address a certain need. So we identify the root cause and then arrive at the project that will address the need based on our identified root cause, and then engage with partners, and then control our resources and manage our time, our budget, to achieve sustainable impact. So based on that, what do you think is the tool used by JCI to guide members in running projects? So this is for JCI members here, this is a familiar concept wherein we start with the need, identify community needs, formulate sustainable solutions, execute action, and then engage with partners. So what do you think is that concept? Please write in the chat box if you know the answer. Sirit na ba? Or may sa chat? Yes, correct. Press joy. ACF, or the Active Citizen Framework. So this one, describe na to ni VP Via earlier, but then this is the diagram. So first we analyze community needs. So it means going to the communities, talking with them to determine kung ano talaga yung problem. So it involves asking how many whys before you achieve at the root cause and then the problem that you can address by a certain project. And then you formulate and plan sustainable solutions, then take action, measure results. So in the measuring results, we can identify kung ilan yung matutulungan ng project na to, ano yung ina-expect natin magiging impact or percentage of improvement after we do the project, evaluate and report. So ito na yung project reporting, like for JCI PEA purposes or for bidding. And also it will guide us dun sa future projects kung ano yung mga identify natin na shortcomings or weaknesses sa ginawa nating project and the things that we can improve on, and then apply that para sa next din natin na project. That's why it's important also to evaluate and report kung ano yung nangyari dun sa ginawa nating project. So for this course, we will focus on the 3 steps. So this 3 steps here ang i-focus ng course na to, the formulating and planning the sustainable solutions, creating actions, and evaluating and reporting. So project management uses the traditional project management phase. So first is the initiation. So that is the identifying the community's needs, planning and design. So dito yung brainstorming, kung ano yung gagawin sa project, kung anong type of project, including name, kung anong name ng project, ano yung expected na output from the project. Executing in the action itself, monitoring and controlling, it involves yung checking kung on track pa ba tayo sa budget, on track pa ba yung resources, Are there anything that we need from our partners, or do we need to get more partners? So dito yan na phase, and then closing. So question, do all projects involve all of these steps? Yes or no? You can write it in the chat box. Sorry. So the answer here is no. So there are some projects na pwedeng mag-skip na ng, based din sa nature ng project, pwedeng mag-skip ng step, while other projects naman, from planning and design, executing, monitoring, and controlling, and from here, pag makikita mo may faulty or may something wrong, you can go back to steps 2, 3, 4 until you are able to revise the plan and revise certain actions in order to arrive at the plans that work best and really resolve yung goals ng project. So next in our course, we will have breakout rooms. So I will be dividing you into 2 groups. So here are the instructions. So first, you read through the handout. So I will flash this later. And then as a team, pick one root cause which a local JCI organization could turn into a project. So for this, meron tayong case study. I will be presenting you a problem, and then pipili kayo doon sa mga possible root causes na gagawin yung project. And then among the team, you will discuss the overall project outcome and how it will impact the community. So, i-flash ko muna yung situation. Okay, so this one. So ito yung situation. So your team attended JCI Impact and has identified a community need in your area, youth unemployment. In your team's country, there are 743,000 young people between the ages of 16 to 24 who remained unemployed in the last quarter. You surveyed 100 young unemployed people in your local area and discovered that they are finding it difficult to secure a full-time permanent job for various reasons. So these are the reasons. First, keep failing at interviews due to lack of social skills such as communication, negotiation, and conflict management rather than academic achievements. Don't have a curriculum vitae, a summary of their education and work experience. No experience and lack of apprentice roles available to gain skills and experience. Fourth, increased competition for jobs and being turned down due to older, more experienced applicants. Fifth, education and training do not match the job vacancies. Either there are too many trained for trades or beauty therapy when jobs are in tourism and offices. And six, having a limited knowledge of different jobs, do not understand what their potential is. So sa team nyo, pick one of the reasons above which you can address and turn into a project. So, sorry. Ay, maybe you can take a screenshot pala. I-screenshot nyo.
Sinend ko na lang rin po sa
Okay.
messages natin.
Okay, tapos. So before I divide you into 2, kamo na yung parang guidelines or pointers.
Direct, gumawa na ako ng ng room.
Okay.
Let me know lang if papapasukin na natin sila. Okay na.
Nakita na ba ulit yung slides? Yung sa simple questions? planning using simple questions.
Parang trainer's guide tong nakikita namin. Or yung ano ba, yung nasa chat box. Yung
Ito.
sinend ba? Oh, yan.
This one.
Okay.
So sa team nyo, to guide you in defining the project, you ask yourselves the following question. So why are we running this project? Discuss the root cause of the problem. So doon sa list of choices na 6, choose just one. And then what do you want to do? Discuss the concept of your project and a project name. What do you want to achieve? Discuss the objectives for the project. And when will the project start and finish? Discuss how long the project will take to manage and then to run. Like kung gagawin niyo siya ng 1 month, 1 week, and then kung anong specific na specific na timeline. So additional guidelines. So ito yung sabi ni Stephen Covey, the key to creativity is to begin with the end in mind, with a vision and a blueprint of the desired result. So when you start with an end in mind, you are already imagining that your project will become a success, and then discuss what success would look like for your project. So I will also show you examples of the expected outcomes, and then what do you think are the indicators of your chosen project? So when you plan, you make sure that your goals and objectives are SMART. So this means they are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART is a guide to set objectives effectively to ensure a desired goal. So when we say specific, ibig sabihin meron tayong target or particular na gustong ma-achieve sa project. So we acknowledge na hindi natin kaya i-resolve everything, so kaya tayo pipili lang at mag-specify ng scope ng project. Measurable, it means na quantifiable or meron tayo ina-expect, ma-measure natin kung successful ba yung project. Like ilan yung matutulungan, ilan yung mabibigyan ng ganitong mga, kung we are giving something, kung ilan yung beneficiaries, then kung ilan din yung anything that can measure if successful or not, like percentage, numbers, or amount. And then it's achievable, ibig sabihin na it's not parang fantasy, dapat realistic din yung goals natin. Relevant if it is able also to address the problem itself, and time-bound. That's why we have to create or define yung start date and end date to guide us in planning. So yun, so in the team, you will have a short statement explaining your project, and then 2 to 3 high-level objectives or goals, and then a project name. So I will share again yung handouts. So yun yung first thing is you pick a root cause and then yung project, then the objectives of your project, and then the timeline. And also select one na pipiliin yung magiging success indicator. How would you know if your project has been a success? So I think I will give you 20 minutes to discuss with a group. 2 groups lang po with 5 members each lang. Yeah, thank you and see you in 20 minutes.
Direct DC, pupunta ka ba dun sa loob? Okay
Pwede
lang
lang
mag-guide.
mamayang mga-
Doon ka na lang, para hati tayo. Okay lang.
Yes po.
Okay lang. Sige, direct. Thank you. Hi, Geraldine. Wait lang dalagay kasi kita eh. Nasa breakout room na sila eh. Siguro, okay, room 2 na lang. Okay. Sek, sino na ba? Wait lang anak. VP Christine, punta ka dun sa room. VP Christine, punta ka sa room. Ayan. Sek Nanilin, punta ka sa room. So ako, saan ako pupunta? Sige, ako na lang to 7. Assign ko si Luzon. Sige, ito na lang. Wait. Ay, hi Dulce! Hi Dulce! Ay, sorry. Hello. Ay, ano ba? Assign to Ubuntu. Hi Ay, hindi ba siya maano? Nandiyan na ba si Dulce? Dulce! So, kamusta naman yung usapan ninyo? Meron na kayong project name, ano? Parang natapos nyo ba?
Hindi po.
Okay po.
Hindi lang sila nakaselect ng representative.
Well, hindi naman talaga matatapos siya ang paggumawa ka naman talaga ng project hindi naman matatapos ng ganyang minuto lang, 'di ba?
Yes,
So,
sir.
but then, at least nakita natin na mahirap gumawa. Yes, oo. And syempre, what more pa kung gusto mo ng greater impact? You have to think talaga kung ano yung mas magandang solusyon para
Yes, the
doon.
pros and cons.
Yes, yes. So, I think we're 15 na in the room. There's none sa breakout room. Okay, Direct DC.
So, may we ask yung from the group nila VP Cristel, VP Via, kung sino mag-share nung na-come up nilang project.
That's
Tapos kung ano yung root ko, yung problem na napiling nyo and what project will you do to solve
Okay.
that problem?
Sige. We choose the number one reason, yung keep failing at interviews due to lack of social skills, such as communication, negotiation, and conflict management. And then from that, based on the questions, now what you want to achieve, discuss the objects for the project. Ito yung mga na-discuss namin. So for what we want to achieve, we want to increase the number of employed young people by conducting a training interview and a CV workshop as well. So medyo sinabay namin yung dalawa kasi parang inisip namin it would be a 1-day long project wherein the morning would be like the mock interview, I guess, and like a bit of training. And then sa gabi yung parang actual CV creation workshop. Kasi what I noticed as well is actually like these past few weeks I've been interviewing video editors for a project. So ang ginagawa ko talaga as the one who interviews, I look at their portfolio and their skills. Doon ko nakakita yung mga main points na parang skills talaga nila at strengths nila. And based on that, I decide if they would go to the interview or not. So that's necessary rin for them to be chosen for the interview rin. So we think that's very essential. So the next is the mock interview. Another thing about that is kahit maganda yung skills nila, it's hard to work with someone who has great skills but bad communication skills. Yun yung mas kailangan ng tao. And imagine if you're in a full-time job, people will have a hard time talking to you kung hindi ka marunong mag-communicate at mag-explain na maayos. So kagaya nung sa mga interviews ko, 5 minutes pa lang alam ko na they're not best for this role. Kasi hindi ko sila makausap. Parang 5 minutes lang, tinanong ko lang sa kanila, can you tell me about yourself? Tapos from there pa lang nahirapan na sila. So, ginagawa ko as in kahit 15 minutes long yung interview, 5 minutes lang kasi alam ko na yung decision. Hindi ko na waste yung time nila. So, that impression under 5 minutes of interview pa lang, nalalaman na ng interviewer kung you'd be fit for the role. So, ours was really, saka yung objective rin namin is supposedly, yung gusto namin ma-achieve din, yung sa objective is, since we want to be yung smart nga, specific, goal namin is at least 50% of the people who attended the program would be be accepted in the mock interview parang in the end of the day. So, yun yung gusto naming ma-achieve based on the program. You know.
Yeah, so thank you very much sa group nila VP Via. So they selected yung the first problem, which is yung failure to sa interviews, and also sinama na rin nila yung sa CV. So yun yung plan nila na mag one-day event. The first day would be yung mock interviews, and then the second would also be ano ba yung help update then their CV. So yeah, so that's good, and then very good kasi in-apply niyo din yung SMART goals, and then you were able to provide kasama sa objective niyo you were able to see na what you want is to achieve a 50% success rate dun sa mga matutulungan nyo na dun sa mock interview. So that's good. Let's give their group a round of applause. Yes, and then the second group, sinong magpe-present? It's Direct K ba o si BBJC Erica? Please share to the big group kung ano yung na-come up ng group niya. Ay, yung project name niyo pala, VP Via. What was the decided project name?
Wala, guys. Wala tayong project name. Bagsak na tayo. Ano yung project name natin?
Okay, that's okay. Yung minor na naman yung project name. So,
Planong pasado.
Tama naman yung sinabi ni Press Joy kanina. Ano lang to, exercise, kasi in real life talaga makaka-create ng project in such a short period of time. So we'll call on the next group naman.
Hello po, good evening. Regarding naman po sa napag-usapan namin, so napili po ng aming grupo is yung number 3 and number 6. Though connected talaga sila because if you don't have or if you are lack of experience and knowledge, so pasok na doon yung you need to undergo the training and seminar. And then under that training and seminar, papasok na doon yung regarding the mock interview and doing the CV. So sa ngayon, ang naisip ko na pwedeng maging project name is to be an aspiring leader or maybe an aspiring staff kung ikaw ay magiging part ng isang company. Bakit? Kasi kung nagawa mo yung boosting or enhancing your knowledge and experience, it's very easy for you to communicate to those people with the professional position, ganyan. Kumbaga, yung kagaya ng sinabi ng Ma'am Bia, a simple question, kagaya kasi sinabi ko yun kanina sa group na a simple question na tanungin ka na tell me about yourself and you don't know how to sabihin kung ano ka ba talaga, 'di ba? Hindi siya magiging okay na communication. Though napakadali niyang gawin kasi sarili mo na 'yan eh. Mabebenta mo yung sarili mo kahit in just a single word, ganon, na makukuha mo yung attention ng interviewer. And then minsan nga hindi ka pa man nagsasalita, yung ginawa mong curriculum vitae mo, especially doon sa objective, na lahat ng gusto mong sabihin is nandoon na. Nasa sayo na lang kung paano mo talaga siya i-expound, is a big power talaga yon. Bilang ikaw ay masasabi nilang aspiring leader. Yun po yung sa akin or sa aming grupo po.
Okay, thank you, Baby JC Erica. Let's give them a round of applause din sa group nila. So one thing na common din in both groups is that you are able to, yung project ninyo, hindi lang nag-address ng only one problem, but also spilled over dun sa related na problem. Like in first group, they chose 1 and 2. So nag-project sila na matatarget yung problem dun sa interviews and then problem about the CV. And then the second group naman, yung naisip nilang project will address yung lack of experience and also limited knowledge or do not understand what their potential is. So if I may add, then dun din sa second group, parang they also discuss na makipag-partner sila with TESDA for skills and trainings and also with private companies. So hindi lang na-mention ni Baby JC Erica, but they also discussed that part. So we will now proceed. So ayun, yun lang yung purpose na exercise na yon, to be able to identify a problem and then make a project to address that problem and then create a project name. So yung project name, ano lang siya, kung isipin natin parang minor lang siya, pero yung project name kasi it describes the project in a way na catchy siya, tapos yung mga tao na makakarinig ng project name, they will have an idea kung ano talaga yung project. And it's very important din na yung project name mo din is yung tatatak din sa mga tao. So kasi yun yung ma-remember nila pag narinig nila yung project name, they will recall kung ano yung project, ano yung benefit ng project na yun. And pag JCI PEA or pag bid writing, ano din may impact din yung kung maganda or catchy yung project name mo. And then let's proceed na to our next part. Kita ba yung brainstorming? Okay. So, in the interest of time, hindi na tayo mag-breakout room ulit. So, brainstorming, yan na yung ginawa niyo kanina. So, hindi lang tayo gumamit ng mga post-it notes or mga ganyan, but brainstorming is the process of gathering your ideas and then collaborating with others in order to arrive kung, di ba, kung hindi naman, you cannot create a project on your own. It's always better na maraming mag-iisip tungkol sa project na yon. So in this activity, sana maglalagay individually ng post-it notes ng mga task and then as a team, i-lay out and then sort into similar groups yung mga task. And also, the next part sana is, dun sa naisip niyong project is, i-lay out nyo yung mga specific steps that you will do in order to achieve your project and then the timeline. So like yung first group, sabi nila, one-day event. Yung second group, hindi lang na-mention, pero sabi nila, ano daw yun, two days weekends. So, this Gantt chart, so ito yung itsura ng Gantt chart. On the left side, yung mga specific activities, and then on the top, yung mga timelines. So for example, if your preparation
Direk, sorry Direk, wala uli siya. Wala yung Gantt chart.
Wala. Parang may problem ako sa pag-share screen. Ayan, Gantt chart. Kita na. Okay, so ito na yung sample. Left side, yung project, yung activities, and then sa top part is yung mga dates or yung mga timelines. Like, if it will take 2 weeks by week yata, each block is week, pwede din each block is 1 day, pwede din ganon. So dito sa Gantt chart, may kita mo yung flow ng activity. So una ang mag-prepare ka ng 2 weeks and then yung mga specification ng mga projects, kung ano yung specification, like kung ano yung kailangan mo ng mga materials, resources, mga coordination, it will take 2 weeks. Tapos kung anong date kailangan mo ma-achieve ang certain activity. So it also highlights kung ang next step ba ay dependent sa step before that, and also kung ano yung mga milestones. So kayo nang bahalang maglalagay ng mga ganitong mga legends. So as long as makikita nyo kung on track, it's also helpful para makita nyo kung on track pa yung project or ano yung expected nyo na magawa sa, for example, at the end of August, ano yung dapat na-achieve na dun sa timeline ng project. So, yan yung activity, but we will forgo that one in the interest of time. So, I hope next time, pag magkaroon kayo ng project, you will also consider na gumawa ng Gantt chart para ilatag yung mga activities and then the timelines. So next part, we will define some terms. So what is a stakeholder? So these are the people or groups that have or claim ownership, rights, or interest in a project and its results during the past, present, or future. So sino-sino ba ang mga stakeholders? So in terms of project ownership, we have the JCI project team and then yung partner. So dito sa JCI project team, it's composed of the project committee is composed of a project chair. So siya yung main lead doon sa project and co-chairs or project committee members. Pwedeng 2 or 3 more na sila talaga yung mag-own ng project from initiation, then to execution, until evaluation and reporting. So they can engage as many members. Mas maganda nga yung more members will be engaged. Pero yung project team is yung responsible team talaga sila to see the project from initiation to completion. And then these are the people affected by the project's outcomes, like the members, the public, and sectors of society. So ito yung mga beneficiaries natin. Interested parties such as vendors, contractors, and agencies. So why do we need to work with partners? So partners bring different knowledge and resources to a project. So yung small group kanina, they said they will partner with a government like in TESDA, or partner also with individual companies to help them. Kasi working with partners mean we acknowledge that we can't do everything on our own. So that's why we have partners who can bring in different knowledge and contribute resources to a project. And working with partners mean that we can increase the project's impact and make it sustainable. Like kung tayo lang gagawa ng project, enough ba yung kayang ma-reach natin? Like kung ipopost lang natin sa JCI page, marami bang makakabasa or makakakita nung post na yon? Unlike if we partner with many organizations and then they will share about the project, mas marami yung pwedeng ma-benefit and ma-reach ng project na yon. And then you can also work with partners at different stages of your project. And then guidelines in picking a project partner, you should have common goals and values. Ito lalabas to sa exam, I think. Parang ito lumabas to. The desired objectives of the JCI mission must match the partner. So dapat parehas kayo ng values and goals. Example, UNICEF, United Nations. Same tayo ng goals with JCI, like we have the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals that both of us are trying to achieve by 2030. And then avoid conflicts of interest. So working with partners, dapat clear yung roles and responsibilities of each party. And then we understand the benefit of our partners, our benefit and then their benefit of all the partners involved in the project. And also ensure that there is active communication para in the end, working with each other na harmoniously para in the next, pwede pa rin silang maging partners. And use relevant partners through the life cycle of your project. So ito yung examples of potential partners like school or university, charity, government, medium-sized company, recruitment company, or media. So yan, we will forgo yung mga activity. Actually, 3 hours to yung per module, pero i-extend lang natin. And if you have questions naman, please write it in the chat box and then we will try to answer that. And then resources. So kasama sa pagpa-plan ng project is we have to list the resources required. And then list resources you already have, what you need to obtain, and then requirements for each task, and then monitor throughout the project. So ito yung step ng monitoring and controlling. Resources could be money, this could be things, or this could be talents or skills. And then regular communication with the team is necessary to ensure that our resources are on track, as well as our budget. So ang budget, we have to plan a complete budget for a project, monitor actual against budget, review progress and highlight any challenges to stakeholders and adjust the budget if needed. So sa una pa lang, meron na tayong budget. And if we know na at first na kulang sa budget, that's when we have to do fundraising. So yun, separate naman na yung fundraising. And then risk analysis, take a balanced view based on probability and impact of the risk. Ensure all high impact risks are addressed and controlled. So dapat pag nagpa-plan ng project na kikita na rin natin ang risk, like what if hindi sumipot yung mga beneficiaries, what if hindi nagawa ng partners yung role na naka-assign sa kanila, what if umulan, yung mga ganun na mga risk, dapat kino-consider din natin. And then monitor the risk and notify stakeholders when any of the risks are realized. So you will discuss and then top 2 main risks. So we'll just have to skip that. And also, pag ano ka na, while the project is ongoing, monitor mo na yung results. So hindi itong step na to is while the project is ongoing, hindi lang yung pag-after. So you highlight unexpected results, provide information for decision-making, identify problems or unmet needs, highlight issues of sustainability, cost-effectiveness, or relevance. So, pag may nakita ka na parang may mali, then you have to i-address mo na at gawan mo na ng problem. Gawan mo na ng solusyon, yung problem. And identify ways to improve performance. So, yun. So, mostly ginagawa siya halfway through the project. And as frequent as possible then para you can address whatever problems that come into your way. And then evaluation. So why do we need to evaluate? So ito na yung bandang last part of the project when we evaluate the results and check if the objectives were achieved, if we have given impact and sustainability, and also to improve future projects. So at the end of every project, kailangan natin evaluate kung ano yung what went right, what went wrong, para yun din yung guide natin in the next projects or in the future projects para we won't repeat the same mistakes and also improve then based on our past experience. So what should be evaluated? So we should evaluate if effective, did we make an impact? Relevance, did we make the right impact? Did we make good use of time? So that's efficiency. Did the team work well? Coordination. Coherence, was the project understood? Coverage, how many people did we impact? And then pag nag-evaluate ng results, we involve the same skills as the monitoring completed during the project. And we should do this after the project is complete and involve impartial people in the evaluation to get objective results. So we should get feedback then from other persons. Hindi lang yung project chair or project committee din yung mag-evaluate kasi minsan we can't identify our own mistakes. So it's better than to obtain constructive feedback from the members, from even past presidents or even beneficiaries on how you will improve in the future. So who needs the evaluation? So kung sino yung mga stakeholders, sila din yung kailangan, sila din yung makaka-benefit from the evaluation. So yung project team and partner, so they know what to improve in the future. And then those affected by the project's outcome, kung nasatisfy ba yung need nila or there is something that we can improve in the future. And then interested parties as well, like vendors, contractors, agencies. So ito yung activity sana na you compare the results to your objectives and then discuss if na-achieved. So yun, you have to do that na lang dun sa pag nag-actual projects na kayo. And then this one, you can check ano na yung mga projects na nagawa ni JCI, and also you can follow JCI Perlas Pasay Facebook page to know more about the projects ng JCI, and hopefully you can join the projects, participate in the projects, and then in the future, if you can also be part of the project committee. So you can just coordinate with Press Joy or members of the BOD here, like VP Via, VP Crystal, Direct K, Direct Sophia. So yun. So hopefully, kahit short time lang yung course na to and medyo gabi na, you were able to learn how to create a project statement, create project objectives, then plan the action steps, identify and target partners, and evaluate project success. So, yun lang. Thank you. And if you have questions, please type in sa chat. We'll try to answer. So, hopefully, magamit nyo yung mga learnings nyo today sa in doing JCI projects in your own organization and even yung mga personal tasks. So, yun lang. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you for listening.
Yun. Thank you, Direct DC. Actually, may tanong na talaga tayo agad from Baby JC Dulce. Question lang po, can we also add the CPM or the critical path method with the Gantt chart so we can identify which activities of the project can have and cannot have slack time?
Yes, that's very good, Baby JC Dulce. Yung Gantt chart is just one of the tools that we can use to track our project. So pwede din yung gumamit ng ibang ways or ibang tools to monitor the project. So thank you for your suggestion. So unfortunately, hindi ko kabisado din yung critical path method. So maybe we can look that after this training, we can look that up and also see if how we can apply that dun sa mga gagawin pa natin mga activities. So thank you for your inputs, Baby JC Dulce.
You're welcome. Thank you, Baby JC Erica. I think, asan na ba? Si Dulce ba yun o si Erica? Sorry. Or
Dulce.
Okay. Sorry, Baby JC Dulce, sorry. Kasi Dulce din si
Yes
Erica.
po.
Erica Dulce din kasi siya.
Ako po, Erica Dulce. Okay.
Okay. So feeling ko naman, tawag nito, kung when you do projects naman, kung saan mas what do you call this, mas magiging applicable or saan mas magiging accessible, mas magiging efficient at mas magiging maganda yung impact nun, pwede ko mo naman siguro i-apply iba't ibang pattern, iba't ibang ways para naman din. Kasi that's why we do project management. Under that, we have to do the strategic planning. So, may mga components siya under that project management na papasok lahat ng mga ideas ninyo, papasok lahat ng mga ways ninyo, ng mga path na gusto ninyo. And then, as long as nakikita mo na dediretso siya doon sa goal mo, why not, 'di ba? Ganun naman ang goal, ang kailangan nating isipin. Pero kung mapapalayo lang tayo or hindi makikita yung pinaka goal, natin ma-achieve yung goal, I think yun lang, let's keep in our minds na lang na we have to be we have to do the smart way nga, 'di ba? So kaya tayo may time bound din tayo. Kung doon sa way na to is medyo matatagalan tayo, hindi natin ma-reach yung goal natin. So baka hanap pa tayo ng ibang ways. Pero tama si Direct Daisy, yes, we can come up nga, we can look for it talaga na baka naman talaga pwede siya and then ma-apply talaga natin siya sa mga projects na gagawin natin in the future. Thank you.
Ma'am Joy, yan po bang chant is parang strategic planning? Yan na po ba papasok yun? Kasi mayroon na siyang time frame eh.
Yes, actually
po,
may
diba?
ganyan din ang DOD. May sa strategic planning doon na pumapasok si Gantt chart natin.
Yes po.
Yes, oo. So pero katulad niyan, BBJC Dulce, if meron ka ding pwedeng ma-share, 'di ba? Hindi naman namin pwedeng kami lang ang may alam, 'di ba? Pero kung may ma-share ka sa amin when it comes to other ideas, other ways, you're very welcome to share it with us naman, 'di ba? So talagang makikinig kami sa iyo, 'di ba? Kasi it's always a two-way, 'di ba? Hindi lang pwedeng ikaw lang nakikinig, minsan magsasalita ka din. So thank you Baby JC Dulce and Dulce Ann Morales and Erica Dulce San Luis. Diyos ko,
Yes,
parehas kayo Dulce.
Opo, si Baby JC Dulce po yung nag-message sa chat.
Oo nga, yes. So, meron pa ba tayong question, ladies?
Siguro ako na lang, Derek. Since di ba po naging director ka na, may naalala ka po bang like project nung sa term nyo na you think kung wala kayong masyado, parang na nakatulong talaga itong needs analysis and like all the questions that were asked in this session na dapat may i-follow na parang dapat smart ka rin. May naalala ka bang project specifically na ginawa nyo na nakatulong po to?
So, specifically, yung i-share ko na lang project is memorable siya kasi hindi ko na-apply ito. So, that was the first project I did. September yon ng 2019, and then nakapag-training ako nitong project management January 2020. So after ko nag-training, dun ko lang na-realize, dapat pala ginawa ko to nung nag-project ako. Tapos dapat pala, in-imagine ko na yung expected outcome ko kasi syempre, pag first time, hindi mo naman alam na, ganito pala, kailangan para marami akong picture, para ma-document ko. Dapat ko pala i-plan yung mga activities para hindi yung at the last minute, kailangan mo pala ng ganito or kailangan mo palang mag-raise funds in a short period of time kasi kulang ka pala ng budget, hindi mo pala na-foresee na ito yung budget na kailangan mo. So, memorable pag hindi mo nagawa actually. Kaya very important na and very timely din na we learn this first para sa mga baby JCs na we have to learn this first before we actually immerse doon sa project para matandaan natin na meron na tayong pointers on what to do and what mistakes to avoid. So, yun lang. And then pag bid writing din, parang napapaalala din sa'yo na, dapat pala talaga ginawa ko to, hindi ko naisip noong una. Kaya dapat it's important na you have to begin with an end in mind. So, yun yung parang key takeaway ko from this training ever since na, ito kasi yung first talaga na official training na attend ko and yun yung mga realization. So, yun yung parang memorable sa akin. So, ayun.
Gusto ko
So
yun.
maybe others can share also.
Gusto ko yung segment na sinabi mo, Direct Daisy. Kasi usually pag sinabi mong ano yung mga memorable, 'di ba? Ang nasasabihin ng tao is yung talagang kung saan ka mas okay, saan ka naging okay, 'di ba? Ano yung successful na project na nahawakan mo, ano yung pinalakpakan ka, pinuri ka ng lahat. But then nakakatuwa thankful kami na narinig namin sa iyo, Direct Daisy, na through that yung medyo nagkaroon ng lapse, nagkaroon ng okay na may regret or parang may if sana pala o 'di ba? What if di sana alam mo yon, natuto ka. And then that's one good thing about JCI na pwede na makalimot, 'di ba? Pwede ring magkaroon ng konting difference, pwede magkaroon ng medyo hindi naman pagkakamali pero na hindi mo lang na foresee, 'di ba? So pero kasi by next time you'll do better na, 'di ba? So
naalala mo kasi yon yung
yes, true. Totoo 'yan. Actually kahit naman ako, I remember nung first time ko nag-online na project. So actually with that's a Pinay Power with NP, National President Christine. 'Di ba? So ako talaga na nagulat din ako. So first time ko din gagawa ng project kasi usually sanay ako sa project na physical, face to face, 'di ba? More of community outreach talaga. And then pumasok ngayon yung online. So walang choice kundi it's a forum, it's a webinar. So nagulat ako sa dami ng tao. And then sobrang oh my God, hindi ko na matandaan kung ano nangyari. Bakit biglang nawala ako sa sarili ko. Tapos hindi ko na naasikaso yung mga dapat kong asikasuhin. So by the next time na gumawa ulit ako ng projects, alam ko na yung dapat kong i-improve. 'Di ba? So dapat pala ganito yung ginawa ko last time. Dapat pala tignan ko na yung pwedeng mangyari pa. Yeah, which is true. You have to you look for the end of yung goal mo pero ano yung pwedeng tignan mo pa yung mas deeper kung totoosin. With the project management, siguro makikita natin na kanina kasi jump to one room to another ako. So nakita ko yung iba-iba naman talaga yung nakita nilang pwedeng maging problema, dapat maging solusyon. So yun lang. Pwede kasi, and then doon na pumapasok yung root cause talaga kung totoosin. Ano ba talaga yung mas pwedeng gawin, 'di ba? So sana mga baby JCs, no? Totoo, may natututunan tayo. Sana nakatulong din kami. Anyway, ano pa bang susunod?
Okay, may questions pa ba tayo?
Nan po.
Okay. Going once, going twice. Okay. I guess we're good.
Meron lang ata tayong VIPs, no? Yung mga evaluation natin for the certificates, no?
Yes.
Yes.
Sige, okay. Sige, proceed na tayo kasi para makapag-rest na din ang lahat.
Ma'am, yung last evaluation, wala akong nasagutan.
Ano evaluation yun?
Yung nakaraan pong seminar.
Sige, we'll check muna lahat ng ating mga projects and then pwede tayong magpadala uli para at least mabigyan kayo ng mga certificate kasi
Okay
that's
po.
something din na dapat talaga magawa, no?
Yes
Thank you
po.
so much, Baby
Thank
JC.
you po.
Okay. VP Cristel has.
Yes. Direct Daisy, can you please stop sharing? There. So to proceed with, hold on. So to proceed with our program, so let's do na the awarding of certificate. So this certificate of appreciation is presented to Direct DC Charlene Limbaroc for sharing her skills and expertise as a trainer during the JCI official course Project Management. So given this 23rd day of March 2022 via Zoom, so hosted by JCI Perlas Pasay, and of course signed by yours truly, and of course our President, Pres Joy Medina. Okay, so let's do first muna yung photo op.
Yes, photo op ba ni Direct DC, no? Saka with the certificate.
Yes.
Pwede
Yes,
paano po ulit ako? Share screen po ulit ako. Sorry. Ayan, para may certificate. Tapos Direct DC, papadala na lang namin ulit ang token.
Yes, thank you very much for this opportunity. First time.
Congratulations. Ito, picture ako muna. Picture muna. Picture ulit. 1, 2, 3, smile. Yan. Okay. And then, what's next, VP?
Yes, I'll stop share and let's do a group photo naman. So kindly turn on your camera. So requesting everyone to turn on your camera.
Tapos wag pala natin kalimutan, nag-send si Sec Nanili ng ating evaluation. Ayan po sa chat box, please check po para po magawan po tayo. Kasi at the end of the evaluation, meron po tayong certificate, e-certificate. Hi, Baby JC Luz. Hello, Baby JC Ronica, Baby JC Geraldine, Erica and Dulce and Roxanne. Thank you so much for coming, for attending. Super na-appreciate namin. And sana, Oo, sana naging okay itong usapan natin. Oo, naging itong training na to para sa ating lahat, no? So please pwede rin tumasend yung evaluation VIP sa Perlas Academy, no?
Yes.
Pa-send na lang din. And if may mga JCI account na ba sila wala si Sofia, Director Sofia, may JCI.cc na ba sila or NDIS and JVC? So wala si Direct.
Hindi ko pa.
Meron. Nandiyan ka pala. Okay, sorry.
Opo. Sorry po, hindi po ako nag-mark kanina. May iba po kasi akong ginagawa. Tawag doon, may mga nag-reply na po na nakapagawa na po sila ng account sa jci.cc.
Sige, i-check ko na lang for approval. No?
Opo.
Sige.
Sige, thank you po.
See, okay, ako na lang mag-screenshot. Okay, the count of 3. Okay, 1. Okay na ba? Open na ba tayong lahat? Okay, 1, 2, 3, sign. Ay, ayun na si Sek. Okay, one more. Dito ka, anak. Come on. Sali ka. 1. Okay. 1.
Halata bang nakatulog ako? Sorry na.
Ay, maliwanag si Roxanne. 1, 2, 3, sign. Yay! Okay. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you so much. Congratulations, Direct
Thank
Lady.
you.
Thank you so much.
Direct Daisy.
Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you po. God
Thank you
bless
po.
po. Bye po.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
No, anak. Oh,
Kasi inano na agad. Hindi ka
Remove ko
nagsalita.
sorry.
Oh.
Remove ko lang siya.
Good.
Okay.
Nagpa-thank you ka na agad. Ayaw mo ba mag-close?
Ay, kasi sabi ko na sinabi kanina. Di ba? Okay na yan. Oo, yun na yung ano ko. Tawag nito, ano bang gagawin natin? Ipasa na lang yung kanilang yung evaluation sa GC. Tapos, so far, ano bang ano natin? Wait, ang 24. Ano yung 24? Meron ata tayong GMM.
3
GMM with Phil New York.
Ay, yung 8 to 9 a.m.
Yeah. So, kindly, wait lang titingnan ko muna si Press Reggie. Ang hirap kasi ng ano niya. Wait lang, anak, ang kulit. Thursday morning. Hi, Press, sorry. Late reply. Ano nga oras tayo? Thursday morning. Anong oras yan? 9 a.m. ba to? O 8?
8 to 9. 8 a.m.
8 to 9. Sige. Pa-post kaya ako nag-post ka ba nito sa GC sa page? Lucio. Hindi mo nakakalimutan mo yung sa GMM.
Ako ba yun? Wala pang...
Hindi si GMM, si VP Via. Yung sa Violet. Yung kay GMM Phil New York. Nag-usap tayo last time. Tayong dalawa lang nag-meeting nyo, nakalimutan mo pa.
Alam ko sa...
Lulo, hindi mo pa ito napopost. Yung business essential.
Sorry.
Diba ipopost natin to? Para maka-attend sila. Diba? Tama ba ako? Sanin ko na sa'yo. So, paano gagawin? Kailangan natin ng attendees dito Kasi this is an event. Diba? Meron tayong training at events for international. 3 training kasi international at 2 event. So last time meron tayong anxiety yung sa ASPDC, 'di ba? Na umattend, may umattend doon So nandoon naman ako ng umaga, nakita ko sino umattend. So meron tayong event ngayon na with Philippine New York. So kailangan natin ng baby JC na mapapa-attend ng 8 to 9. Sino kaya yun? Diyos ko miyo. Wash of shame. Kahit ano lang yun, di naman tayo magsasalita. Kailangan ko lang ma-strategize talaga to para hindi tayo matendang ASPAC. Kaysa magbayad tayo ng 5,000 pesos para sa isang tao sa ASPAC. Kailangan ko lang siya. Pag hindi umabot, kasi sa May na ba yun? May na yan Kailangan natin kompletuhin yung 5 trainings international na inattenda ng non-BOD. Non-BOD siya So, it's ibig sabihin, hindi pwede ata president, hindi rin pwede past president. So, ibig sabihin, member sa ka-BBJCs. So, na-post mo na ba to? Hindi pa?
Hindi.
Okay.
Saan dapat i-post to?
Sa lahat ng GC. Sa lahat ng GC natin. And Hindi natin pwede kasi itong Pwede naman siguro. Tanungin ko kung pwede siyang i-share sa page, no?
Ang naalala ko lang na ipopost ko yung GMM for GMM natin.
Okay. Yan yung
Yung nakalagay sa akin, post on Friday. Yeah.
Yun nga. Pero kaya ako sinend sa'yo yan. Doon na nag-usap tayo. Kasi isa yan sa mga ipopost mo. Kasi ang after dapat natin ng huntahan ba yan is ito naman. Ayan o. Yan. Ayan. 8:42 magkausap tayo nito, lady. 8:40 tapos sumunod yung project management. Kasi pinapost ko sa inyo yung project management. So pinost na yon. Tapos sunod natin doon is itong GMM. Teka lang, tumatawag si makinig lang muna kayo. Tumatawag si Press Reggie. Parang hindi ata. Hi Press, good morning. Good evening. Press, kasi tawag nito? Kakatapos lang din namin ng training. May training kami, project management with the baby JCs.
That's good. I know we're gonna, in the future, like,
Yes.
in the future, we're gonna have, I think, to reach out to you or to your board, because we're gonna have a crash course training in June.
Sige.
So we might need speakers. So I just wanna give you a heads up, because since you're saying you had a training about project management.
Yes.
And then before, I have a couple of things actually thinking. I have a little extra time now because the induction is over. So tonight, it will be tomorrow morning there. So tomorrow
9 to 10 ba to or 8 to 9 ng umaga? 8 to 9 no, dito sa Philippines. Yes.
Nag-iba na yung namin, yung time.
Time mo.
Kasi 9, so it will be 9 to 10